Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hey, look at the dollar. Look at stocks. Look at gold. Wow. Actually, I got so much to talk about today. I'm going to have to control myself because I don't want this video to run long. But let me just start out by saying or expressing how gratifying it is to me when I make these big, bold predictions that are so against the misinformed crowd. And yeah, it takes a little while for these things to develop because fundamentals, they don't just turn on a dime. This is like, moving a super tanker around in the ocean. I mean, it takes time. But my call on the dollar, okay, my call on inflation, my call on rates, my call on this stock market rally petering out. I mean, there was nothing like that out there. There is nothing like that out there. First of all, just with regard to the dollar, and I started getting into this a little bit yesterday. It's almost laughable it is laughable to me. It's comical to me that you have these analysts, and I mentioned one yesterday, a very well-known analyst who said, ridiculous stuff. I mean, just silly, dumb stuff. But this is the upper echelon of Wall Street. This is the upper echelon of finance. Do you understand what I'm saying here, folks? Do you understand what I'm saying? This analyst comes out and says that Trump's border wall will be bullish because it's going to create demand for cement and building materials, and that's going to create demand for dollars. I mean, where do you come up with this stuff? Where do people come up with this stuff? I mean, and then, this is what you are dealing with, except if you are here listening to these videos, or if you, understand MMT, or better yet, if you subscribe to MMT Trader. This is the kind of stuff. And folks, this is coming from the highest levels of Wall Street. Now, I have said, and I had some of you, still emailing me almost in a hostile fashion, telling me, Mike, the yen is going to go down. You really don't get it, Mike. The yen is going to go down because the Fed is going to raise interest rates. And I said, we've already had 2 rate hikes by the most important central bank in the world, which happens to be the only central bank right now in the world raising interest rates, going against the grain. By the way, I'll make a prediction that that's going to change too. You'll start to see other central banks fall in line with the rate hike program that's going on. But anyway, 2 rate hikes, and the dollar is down against the yen. I hate to inform you, it's down against the euro. It's down against the Aussie dollar. It's down against the New Zealand dollar. It is down against the Canadian dollar. Maybe the only currency it's not down against is the British pound, only because fools sold the British pound after Brexit. But I guarantee you it will also be down against the British pound eventually. You're getting there. It's getting there. So this call, and it's not just a call, because anyone could say something, hey, the dollar's going to go up, the dollar's going to go down, and then proclaim, victory or proclaim genius if it happens, when in fact it was just a guess. But I give you the rationale, which is 100% ironclad, bulletproof. I've explained to you. Some of you listen, and some of you have caught on. And I had another guy, a bunch of people just, in the last couple of days telling me, Mike, I've held on to positions. I've listened to what you said. I've learned. It's really starting to sink in. I've closed out positions I've had now for a couple of months with really big profits. I'm so happy. First time in my life, I would have stopped myself out in the past. I would have had losses. These are people who are, they are making their way onto SEAL Team 6. A lot of you, you're never going to make it. You don't want to make it. You want to stay in the muck and the mire, and you just want to, self-flagellate, beat yourself up. But I told you, rate hikes are inflationary. Why is it that you see inflation now at the highest level in 2-3 years after 2 rate hikes? Why is it that you see commodity prices rallying? Why is it you see zinc prices at 10-year highs? I mean, we've had rate hikes, right? Oh, it's supposed to go down. I'm the only one explaining this to you. I'm the only one telling you that fiscal stimulus by Trump, that is the real money printing that Not the fake money printing that all the idiots like Schiff and Jim Rogers and everybody else were wrongly pointing to in 2008 and 2009 and 2010 when it never happened. The inflation never happened. I was the only one saying it was deflationary. It was going to be dollar bullish, that rates were going to continue going down, that the economy's growth would not be, strong at all. It was not stimulus. The fiscal stimulus of 2009 was stimulus. And yes, I bought heavily stocks when that happened. When the same idiots were saying, that's it, the Dow's going to go to 1,000. What can I tell you, folks? What can I tell you? It's all here. And not just the information is here that I give you, but, the approach, the mentality, the self-control, the ability to rise above, the ability to win. Now, many of you are starting to realize losses don't have to happen. Losses are not written in stone. Losses are not the thing that brings you to success. Okay? Losses are a choice. We win. We have it right. I have it right. I always have it right. It's the MMT understanding. And don't take that as braggadocio. It's not. It's really not. It's just understanding. It's science, okay? I mean, it's science. When a scientist says, when an astronomer says, the Earth revolves around the sun, that's not his opinion. That is a proven fact. Okay, when I tell you that rates going up is a general hike in prices, that is a fact. It's not Mike Norman's opinion. And anyone who thinks that inflation is good for a currency, go to Zimbabwe, all right? See what inflation is all about. Inflation literally means your money buys less, and yet there are the people at the very highest echelons of Wall Street, like I said, saying, that makes the currency stronger. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, okay? It simply doesn't. Now, I give you this stuff. These are all freebies, right? The mental game stuff, this is the best way to transmit that on video. But if you really want to get the deep down analysis, you got to get the MMT Trader Report. All right, so, that's what I wanted to talk about. Everything is on track. This is the very beginning. And these guys and these people who have called for the bullish dollar because, and by the way, they're all saying the same thing. That's another thing. It's like when everybody says the same thing, when everybody has the same reason and the same rationale and the same outlook, you could pretty much bet that the market has already discounted that. In other words, priced it in. And that's even in the case where the rationale and the reason is correct. But consider when the rationale and the reason is completely ridiculous, okay? That inflation's going to make the currency go up. No, inflation literally means your currency is worth less. That's the literal definition. But they don't get it. All right, so I'll see you guys at dollar yen 90 something. All right, I'll see you when the dollar index maybe in the 80s. I'll see you before then, because I like talking to you. But you know what I'm talking about. I'll see you gold 1500, something like that. We'll talk about it then. All right, actually, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.